All right, let's talk about something every Singaporean has to deal with, the CPF Ordinary Account. You know, the OA. It's this one pot of money that's supposed to help you buy a house, but also somehow fund your retirement. How on earth do you balance those two things? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
I mean, it sounds kind of impossible, doesn't it? One single account that can do all of that? It sounds a bit like a financial magic trick, but that's exactly the deal with the ordinary account. And honestly, it's that incredible flexibility that makes it so important and sometimes so tricky to get your head around.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter. It's this constant tension, right? Because every single dollar you pull out of your OAA for, say, a down payment today is a dollar that's not sitting there, growing and compounding for your future. It's a real financial tug-of-war between the you of today and the you of tomorrow. Okay, so let's get into what this thing actually is. Just think of your OA as a financial multi-tool. When you're just starting your career, a big chunk of your CPF contributions goes right in here. And that's on purpose. It's built to help you tackle those huge early-in-life goals. So let's start where most people do, at the beginning of the journey. When you're a young professional, your OA is really all about two main things: getting some steady, reliable growth, and of course, getting the keys to your very first home. The foundation of your OA's growth is this number, 2.5%. And let's be super clear, that's not some maybe target. It's a rock-solid guarantee. It's risk-free, backed by the Singapore government. Your money will always earn at least this much. It's the floor. But on top of that, the system gives your savings a pretty clever little boost. The first $60,000 you have across all your CPF accounts combined gets an extra 1% interest. But the really smart part is where that extra money actually ends up. See, that extra 1% you earn from your OA balance, it doesn't actually stay in your OA. The system automatically funnels it over to your special account, or SA, which earns a much higher interest rate. It's a really cool design that subtly pushes your retirement savings higher without you even having to think about it. Now, for what the OA is most famous for, buying a home. And yeah, it covers pretty much the whole shebang. We're talking down payments, the monthly mortgage payments, all those pesky legal fees and stamp duties, and even the insurance you need for the home protection scheme. It's a huge reason why home ownership is so accessible here. Okay, and this is a huge but that a lot of people forget, this is not free money. There's a catch. When you eventually sell that property, you have to pay back everything you took out from your OA. And not just the principal amount, you also have to pay back all the interest it would have earned at that 2.5% rate. The whole idea is to make your retirement savings whole again, like you never touched it. All right, so as you move along in your career, things change. Your financial goals get bigger, maybe a little more complex, and guess what? The OA has some more advanced tools you can use to help with that. So if you're thinking, hey, I want to try and beat that 2.5%, you can. You're allowed to invest your OA money. But there's a guardrail. You have to leave at least $20,000 behind in the account. It's a safety net, making sure you always have a basic buffer before you jump into the market. Now, this brings us to one of the most powerful moves you can make with your CPF. You can transfer money from your OA to your special account. And the trade-off here is crystal clear. You give up the OA's flexibility. You can't use it for house anymore, in exchange for the SA's much higher guaranteed 4% interest rate. But you have to listen to this, because this is the golden rule, the point of no return. Any money you move from your OA to your SA, it's a one-way trip. It's irreversible. You can't change your mind a few years later and pull it back for a house deposit. Once it's in the SA, it is locked in for retirement, period. So yeah, it's not just a transfer, it's a serious long-term commitment. And now we come to the biggest milestone in anyone's CPF journey, turning 55. This is when everything kind of shifts and the focus turns squarely to getting you ready for your retirement payouts. So how does this work? Well, on your 55th birthday, a brand new account is created for you, the retirement account, or RA. To fill it up, the system first sucks in all the money from your high-earnings special account. Then, if that's not enough, it starts drawing from your ordinary account to top it up until you hit your retirement target. So what's this retirement sum we're talking about? There are basically 3 different levels, and you can see the numbers here for someone hitting 55 in 2025. Let's take the full retirement sum. That's $213,000. Hitting that target means you're set for a monthly payout of about $1,600 or $1,700 for the rest of your life, starting at age 65. It really makes the goal feel real, you know? So what about any money left sitting in your OA after all that's done? Well, now you've got some new choices. You can take out $5,000 right away, no questions asked. You can also withdraw any amount that's above the full retirement sum you've set aside. Or you could just leave it all in there and let it keep earning that sweet, risk-free 2.5%.
Whew! Okay, we've basically followed the OA from a first paycheck all the way to retirement, so let's wrap this all up and boil it down to a simple, actionable strategy you can think about.
So what's the game plan? What should you be doing? Well, it really changes depending on where you are in life. When you're young, maybe it's all about making that irreversible OA to SA transfer to get that compounding growth working for you. In your mid-career, the decisions get tougher. You got to really weigh using that OA for another property versus keeping it for retirement. And as you get close to that big 55 milestone, it's all about planning for that RA creation.
At the end of the day, your ordinary account is an incredibly powerful tool, but its power comes from the choices you make. Every decision, especially using it for housing, comes with a direct trade-off for your retirement. Understanding that is everything. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Are you the one in the driver's seat, mastering your OA, or are you just letting it pull you along for the ride?